Alexandra Ribe, an immigration attorney. She joins us from Virginia in the United States. Thank you so much for speaking to us on Africa Matters.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Well, the U.S. already has one of the toughest U.S. visa policy in most African countries, which makes it impossible for many Africans to travel to the States anyway. So what's the point of this new U.S. visa policy?
Yeah. So, I mean, the stated point by the State Department is that they've identified the countries from the DHS 2019 report, the countries that have at least a 10% visa overstay rate, and they've targeted those countries. And so that's what the State Department has said. As you noted, there are 23 countries and 15 of them are African countries. And those countries may indeed have a higher percentage of visa overstay rates, but those countries don't have very many visitors coming to the United States in the first place. So it does indeed seem as though the Trump administration is trying to go after African countries, and there's always going to be a justification for a way, for a means by which to do that. And so in this case, that they've identified that these African countries are more likely, to overstay their visa, although less likely to come to the United States in the first place.
If the criteria for making the list is visa overstay, one wonders why countries like Canada, United Kingdom, Germany, and France are not included. According to the Department of Homeland Security, citizens from these countries overstay their visas more than those listed countries from Africa.
Right. So I think that when you're looking at the total number of people that we have from those, I mean, first of all, visa waiver program countries are not included. So if you don't need a visa at all to come to the United States, then you wouldn't be included in this pilot program. For those countries that do require a visa, so it's not the overall number of people who overstay their visa, it's the percentage. So if it's a 10% or higher, then they could be included in this program.
All right. So it does say that it's going to go on for 6 months, right? Do you see it end at 6 months? Do you see the Biden administration reverse it in January? How do you see this end?
Yeah, I mean, so it's a pilot program that's supposed to go on from December 24th for 6 months until June. And so the interesting thing is obviously the timing. This is a lame duck session. Trump has been defeated by Joe Biden. And so and Joe Biden has said, a lot of people equate this type of policy to the Muslim ban because it does seem like, again, there's a targeting of a certain population and then there's, a backwards justification for that targeting. Biden has said that on day one, he will reverse the executive order of the Muslim ban. So it doesn't seem like this pilot program would materialize. And also, the timing is obviously a little bit strange given that it's COVID. And so there probably aren't that many visitors coming into the United States during the next 6 months anyway.
So it does appear that the United States under Trump has preferences of immigrants. Clearly, Africans are not on that list, or at least they're at the bottom of it.
Right. I mean, the State Department, as I said, the State Department isn't going to say that this is an African ban. They're going to, just like the Muslim ban, that there were justifications for that, terrorism justifications. And in this case, the justification that the State Department has said is that they're trying to limit the number of people that overstay their visas. I mean, the other interesting thing about the proposed regulation is that the State Department admits in itself that in 6 months, they wouldn't actually be able to tell how much this program is able to curb overstays. Really, the purpose of the program is to see if this is if there are obstacles in enforcing this. I mean, one of the issues is that it seems as though a consulate officer would have a lot of discretion on whether you impose $0 bond, $5,000 bond, $10,000 bond, or $15,000 bond. There's also a doctrine of consular non-reviewability, where those types of actions can't then be reviewed in any types of courts in the United States.
Alexandra Ribe, an immigration attorney from Virginia, thank you so much for speaking to Africa Matters.